And we are talking about community and backyard gardens with the folks at Pikes Peak Small Farms.
This has been a really cool thing. You think about how cold we've been, today a little bit warmer. But John Martin out there talking about gardening in November. And John, 365, right?
365, man, absolutely. And just what's the current temperature in Colorado Springs right now? I'm sorry, I missed it earlier.
32, 33, I think. I don't know.
32, okay. So the sun just came up. It's like 60s or 70s in here already. I mean, this just tells you that you can garden in November. I'm here with Craig, who's with Pikes Peak Small Farms.
Yep.
And we're talking about infill and the significance of it. You threw out a stat earlier, with Jill Gabler was joining us earlier, talking about all the acres of
about 18,000 acres of infill currently in Colorado Springs. That's vacant lots that are sitting there, are becoming blighted and just an eyesore for all communities, not just low income, but even in other areas where it's just vacant land. We can take that vacant land and build a tiny farm on it and put it into service, and everything that we build with our tiny home, our greenhouses, shipping container buildings, we can put it on, and 8 weeks later we can have a farm operation.
And what you guys do is nothing is necessarily permanent. It can be, but say for example you have a blighted piece of property in a neighborhood, you go in, it takes you about 2 weeks to set something up.
Yep.
And then if the homeowners association, whoever comes by later and says, we kind of want this back, you guys can be gone.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, we can move on and off very quickly, and it's great for landowners. It's great for land developers who are sitting on a piece of land and don't want it to be a blight.
They're paying taxes on it.
And they're paying taxes on it. We can help cover those tax costs. Plus, we can make something beautiful out of their piece of land, which is good for them, and it's good for the community as well.
Now, I got to play devil's advocate. I know we probably can't use all 18,000 acres of infill. I mean, that's a crazy amount, but say we use
10%.
10% of it. That's a lot of
farms.
That's a lot of farmers, but that's also a lot of water. But how do you, when you're talking about that tax, kind of alleviating that, is that something that can be taken care of with?
Sure, absolutely. Because these farms are not a charity. They are there to generate profit for the owners of the land and also those farmers. So we sell these things at the markets. We make money. Our farmers make money. We can afford to buy that water, and we use that water in the way that we do use it. We use drip irrigation in greenhouses. We conserve that water because it's not going out in the atmosphere. So we can be very water conscious and grow a lot of products on a very small footprint.
You're not spraying water all over a 30-acre farm somewhere.
Exactly. Very concentrated, using drip irrigation, and we are very conscientious of using that incredibly valuable resource for our community and our state.
So 18,000 acres, 10% of it would feed how many people, roughly?
That's a good question. I mean, you figure one small farm, we figure, can feed about 35 families. So, I mean, if that's 1,800 small farms.
My eyeballs just rolled when I tried to do math. That's a lot.
That's a lot of math. That's a lot.
But that's feeding a lot of people. The money stays here. I imagine that increases jobs.
It increases jobs. It increases the revenue for the city because you bring the dollars to the farmer. The farmer invests those dollars back into their farm and in our community. We complete the cycle here, and the agri-dollars stay here in our city instead of we consume it and then it leaves and goes to some big corporation somewhere and ends up on Wall Street.
Interesting. Yes. I am very interested. You guys have a Facebook page, a website?
We do. Our website is pikespeaksmallfarms.org, and you can find our Facebook on there and Twitter and all those things, but you can also find out more about our tiny farm project as well on there.
All right. Pikes Peak Urban Garden, Pikes Peak Small Farms. Guys, it's an educational thing. Let's join the movement. Let's hashtag join the movement. Let's talk small farms, urban gardens. Let's have a Fox 21 small farm. I'm sure Larry will come over and tell us everything how we would do it wrong.
I gotta tell you, dude, when it's gonna be like 10 degrees, just call that guy. We're gonna go hang out in his greenhouse. It looks warm. It's warm in there.
I'll be bringing all sorts of different random interviews in here just because it's warm in here. I'll be like, we're doing a cooking class for Italian food. Why are we in here?
There's snow on the roads. We're inside a greenhouse. Back to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think you're onto something, Justin. I kind of like this. Yeah.
I like it too. All right, Johnny, good job. And ginger beard looking good.
Hashtag
ginger beard.
Hashtag ginger
Keep
beard.
it up.
See you guys.
Join the movement.
All right, peace out.